Madeleine McCann, the true story that is being hidden from the entire population. I am not here making a prejudgment or trial of anyone, however, it is a very strange story, the attitude of Madeleine McCann's babysitter, coming directly to the public to break her silence about the night that the 3-year-old girl disappeared in Portugal, a decade ago. It has come through my spiritual guidance that this case's solution is in Portugal, in Luz. However, to arrest those responsible for the disappearance of this innocent girl, it is necessary to direct the research to those who were very close to her, Madeleine McCann, says Jucelino Luz. A woman, who worked at Praia da Luz resort where Madeleine disappeared, said she cannot forget the image of parents looking for her daughter desperately. This information is not true. Click on this video to better understand. Now, first, the parents never shed a tear with the disappearance of this innocent child, and for those who have any questions, just look at all the interviews of both, including, where the speaker was the husband. The mother spoke very little and she looked like she was controlled by her husband. This is my point of view with my respect to them. Speaking to the Mirror, the nanny, whose name was not released, she said Jerry McCann comforted his wife, who was crying, and said they took her. The woman said a father came to me and said there was something going on, someone was looking for a child. At the time I did not think it could be Maddie. In Brazil, we call it child abandonment, which is a crime. There has never been interest to find out where this girl was. They just tried any way to confuse and complicate the investigations, using subterfuge and redirecting evidence to suggest kidnapping, etc. Most of the research in Portugal was done by a third party, not the Portuguese authorities. The investigations made by an honest cop in Portugal were devalued. The woman also says. A few minutes later, I found Kate crying, some friends consoling her, Jerry looking under cars, and everything exploded. I think she even saw me. I just stayed beside her and tried to comfort her. This is not true. Not at any time or in any interview or recording have I observed any real sincerity on the part of those parents. Further comments. Why did Jerry and Kate McCann refuse to give up the search for their daughter? The woman says, she was walking from one side to the other. The worst thing in the world had just happened to her. She was crying, but almost in a catatonic state, and Jerry was very distressed. This is the only thing I really remember about him, looking under cars. I cannot forget it. They did everything to stop the investigations carried out by the Portuguese police, even through diplomacy and influences, stalling genuine research, and stopping the investigation in Portugal, and making accusations against the police who did everything to solve the case there. For me, I think Portugal must not accept interference in home investigation, even when they are English citizens. The woman added that the father was furious with the police, who according to her, it took 90 minutes to arrive at the scene of the incident. Why is that? Because they delayed to call the police? She also said that the resort was not considered safe, and that it was recommended that the nannies should carry a rape alarm and not leave alone. That responsibility belongs also for the parents. They told us, here's a whistle to warn about rape, do not go alone anywhere, ever. A girl was attacked about a year before in Praia da Luz. This appeared to be a family-friendly resort, in my opinion. But if it was not safe there and people were told about the issue of safety for children, including leaving them alone in the rooms, then choosing to go out for dinner with friends, that attitude was suspicious and full of strange points. I had the feeling that the local people did not want us there, she said. It appears for me a hypocrisy on the part of that person, employee, a totally biased statement. The Portuguese people are very hospitable and friendly. In the apartment where Maddie disappeared in 2007, signs were found that indicated the criminals. Maddie she described as a beautiful girl with a sweet heart. That part all we know for sure. Earlier this year, a detective, who spent 3 years searching for Madeleine McCann, said the abductor may have told someone that he had committed the crime, and that the girl might still be alive. In my opinion, this is impossible. In the predictions I had received, it was an accidental death there in Luz, and then her body was hidden by someone very close to that innocent girl, Madeleine McCann. I do not understand why. This innocent girl was a victim of circumstance and she will never be found alive. There is a false story being given by those who do not want the case to surface. Someone wants to delay and erase the marks of this great murder, because it will become a great scandal in England, UK, somehow. Dave Edgar, 60, who started working on the case in 2009, believes that the kidnapper is being protected. Well, there is no kidnapper, indeed. That part I do not agree with, Dave. The two criminals and accomplices are being protected by a classist and partial system. The British government has directed over £85,000 to cover the operating costs of the search conducted by Scotland Yard. But I had sent them some directions to take and they have not yet taken them. The British government, with all my respect, should pay more attention to the Portuguese investigation and stop protecting their citizens, the family who may be involved in this barbarism. Mario Roncofilo, journalist.